So we'll move on to projection of cylinders. I told you the cylinders problems will be solved in the same method what we use for prisms. So I'll just go for different positions when it is inclined to both the planes. Okay. Anyway, I'll get that axis of the cylinder inclined to one plane and parallel to the other, inclined to VP parallel to HP, all that positions. Anyway, that will be similar to the prisms. Instead of rectangular surface, you're going to have a curved surface in case of a cylinder. The problems what you can expect in case of cylinders will be like this in the exam. Directly we'll move on to problems on cylinders when its axis inclined to both the planes. So there will not be any edge of the corner here. So in that case, whenever they say in case of the cylinders, they say that it will going to rest on a point on a circumference. When it rests, okay, so it can rest on only a point on the circumference of the base and the top end face. So we're going to have two end faces now, which are going to rest on HP will be called as base, and the top one will be called as top end face. And this will be the curved surface. In that case, you can imagine any generators, because the cylinders are made of, they can define cylinders as its surface of the cylinder can be called as is the path traced by a line about any center. So the path that is traced by a line in that case, so each line and the circumference you can take them as the generators. Okay, so that generates actually the curve in that way. Okay, so you can get that curve. So that will be a cylindrical surface. So this can be called as end base and the top end face, and the axis you can imagine the center of this circle to the bottom circle, the center of the circle. Okay. So now the first problem that can give you this will be axis inclined to both the planes. In that case, they'll say a cylinder of a diameter some say 40 or 50 mm, diameter 50 mm, and a height of 80 mm is resting on one of its points on a circumference of its base, such that the axis is inclined at 30 degrees to HP and 45 degrees to VP. Either this way or this way you can rotate. Okay. So for that you will go in 3 steps. That is axis inclined to axis now will be first step resting on its base on HP, then give the inclination to HP. So then you'll go for giving inclination to VP. So first step, second step to give the inclination to HP, in the third you're going to give the inclination to VP. So first, second and third. In that case, if this is first, if you take this as say XY line, and if this is say resting on its base on HP, in the front view it will be a rectangle, look like a rectangle. Then inclining, that is nothing but you are inclining with HP, the axis. So this position, what you look at from the top will be looking in the front, something like this. So then you will get the view. So then that view will going to rotate, okay, depending upon the condition, whether they say the base is near to the observer or nearer to VP. Based on that, you will going to bend. If your observer is standing here, so then it's nearer to VP. The base is nearer to VP, base is away from the observer. If they mention that condition, if otherwise you can draw in any position. So that will be the solution. I'll go for drawing this. So whenever I have any cylinders resting on its base on HP, the first condition. So always you divide this circumference into minimum 12 parts, as in case of prism, so 30 degrees if you draw to the horizontal line, then 60 degrees to horizontal, this horizontal line, right? Same way 30 degrees and 60 degrees. You can divide this circumference into equal divisions, so in that way, so this should be equal divisions, right? Okay, so when you draw this, so actually our main intention is to get the equidistant points in the circumference. For this you need not draw these lines, whatever you draw using HB pencil, let it be very thin. If we take this as a B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, right? Okay, so this is I, say this is J, okay, J, K, L. So then the front view will be, so just project the end project here will be nothing but this. So in that case you can go for having this as A1, the top end face. This is base, so D1, E1, F1, G1, H1, A1, J1, K1, L1 is the base, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L will be the top end face, right? So in this case, so A1 and G1 are the end projectors, so they call it as end projectors. So because I told you the circumference can be imagined to be consisting of all generators side by side placed in this way, so that forms the surface. So each of my finger, then you can call it as the generators, and that way you can imagine a line thickness, so that forms actually the surface in that way. So these are the end generators, so all will be called as generators. So this is A, so this is G, this is A1, and this is G1. So then generators will be drawn because there is the boundary line, okay, so will be marked with HB pencil, whereas all other will be imaginary, so let it be thin. In that case we are going to project all this now. So B and L will be coinciding, okay, then C and K will coincide, then D and J, E and I, then F1, F1, H and G and say G1, say this is G and G1, right? And this is the line, so let it be this is your line, so this is, okay, draw this neatly. So then this is A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash, F dash. Anyway, I'm going to have this as O1, O1 will coincide here. So O dash and O1 dash, right? A1 dash, B1 dash, C1 dash, D1 dash, E1 dash, F1 dash, G1 dash. On the other side you're going to have, now after G, so this is H dash, I dash, J dash, J, K, so K dash, L dash. So G1, this is H1 dash, I1 dash, J1 dash, JK1 dash, L1 dash. So O1, right? So anyway, all should be very thin lines. You know, you can represent the axis, because imagine a line now will be a very thin line. So you can represent this with a medium thickness axis line, right? So I told you this is the position when it is resting on HP. If you take this as HP, then it is resting on HP. In the front view can look like this. In the top view it will be horizontal plane. If this is horizontal plane, this is vertical, so then this is the view. The top will look like a circle because axis is perpendicular, whereas here axis is parallel to VP. Then when you project and bend, okay, so this is the position. He says the axis is inclined at 30 degrees to VP, so in the same way inclining the base at 60 degrees We'll incline the axis by 30 degrees. 90 minus that, right? Same view we have to redraw. Then see, if you take this as 60, this will be automatically inclined at 30 degrees. Because this is axis is inclined at 30 degrees, just dimension only the axis, not the base. So then I'll mark the same view. So this is B, this is C, this is D, then E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. This is A, B, C, D, right? Okay. So all this will be in the bracket with the on the other side. So all our dashes. So this is A1. Same thing you have to mark here. All the distances you have to mark from this, right? So C1 dash. Same center, anyway it's marked here. Okay, so this is D1 dash, E1 dash. Anyway, this will be more than compared to this, right? So say this is C1 dash and this is F1 dash and this is G1 dash. So I can just show them the projector. So anyway, this will be bigger and this will be, this line goes on reducing and this will be the last line. So the base redrawn this in this position, making axis inclined at 30 degrees. So then you have to project all that 12 plus 12 points. So 24 points. Just draw only for this. So then you can go for actually drawing using auxiliary plane method for this. Maybe I'll not explain that. For one of the problem I'll just explain. Okay. Maybe it's explained I think in the beginning. Check out. Okay. Same procedure where you need not redraw. Instead you can redraw only the XY line, right? Okay. So that we have learned actually even in so we'll go for drawing all this horizontal views only to the length, not so much big, right? And these two will again coincide, these two. And these two will coincide, right? Okay, these two and this J. So now we can locate now. So I'll go for marking from the A and A. So this is A, this is B and B, this is C and C, this is D, right? Okay, D and D, C, E and E, this is E, this is F, this is G, H, I, this is J, K, this is L. The same will going to have this A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, F1, G1, H1, I1, K, J1, K1, L1. So A1, B1, D1, E1, F1, G1, H1, I, A1, K1, L1. So anyway, in this again you have to look at, so this is okay, O and O, so this is O1 and this is O. Look from the top, if the end face same as prism I said, okay, so two end faces will be parallel, okay, so this is visible, go for completing that end face. So you have taken 12 points because you have to draw this using, you have to draw actually by freehand. So in that case, more the number of points, easier will be the curve. Otherwise, it is very difficult to draw a very smooth curve. That's why the minimum should be minimum points on the that circumference to be taken should be actually 12 points. Then you go for this outermost edge. Instead you can go for drawing actually this, the outermost, outermost boundary of the curve. So when it comes here, it goes like this, okay, right? Okay, so then you can go for this, the outermost, the end generator in this outermost end generator that should go tangential to this. So this is the outermost boundary. That will be a dark line. So now the boundary which is inside, now this becomes the surface. So any curve now which is not joined will be now a dotted curve. So in that case you have to go for drawing this with a dotted line, something like this. See, then the axis you can represent, go for representing axis, because there will not be any overlapping of the lines here, no edges on the surface, curved surface. So the axis line. So then he says the axis is inclined at 45 degrees to VP. If axis is inclined 30 degrees to VP and 45 degrees to VP, without the three words, then you have to go for finding beta, because the projection of the axis on the top view becomes apparent. The given inclination will be the true inclination. Then you cannot use the true inclination for this apparent length when you redraw. So then you have to go for finding beta for this. If you find the three sentence appears to be inclined, the top view of the axis or the projection of the axis on HP is inclined, or the plane containing the axis and the generator passing through the point on which is it resting, so GG1, so that is inclined in that case, okay. So then you need not take beta, whereas here you have to take beta. I'm not going to draw the view, the complete view. So in that case you have to go for taking beta. So now to get that, so go for drawing a line inclined at 45 degrees. On that you take the true length of this. You can mark anywhere. You can mark here also. Okay, from here to here, the true length. True length on that. And then you go for drawing a parallel line. Then taking this apparent length, you just cut that. Okay, so then line joining this point to this point will give you beta. So this will be beta, whereas this angle will be 45 degrees. So beta, so this is now the axis line on which you have to redraw this object. Okay, so then you can take from any point, anywhere, you can just take this length and you can redraw. So for this, to redraw this curve, then you have to inscribe this in a rectangle. That will be a better 3 and 4, because there are many points, you cannot locate all the points. Instead I'll take that to say, let it be this as O, take O to G. So I'll just go for drawing a line perpendicular to that, so to get this 1 and 2. So then parallel to this line, because this is not the line now, beta inclination, we'll go for drawing that rectangle 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. On that I will take this distance. Don't measure anything. Take from a compass or divider, just transfer, because you cannot measure that length, because it will be unknown length. Maybe in decimals, you cannot measure that in decimals of mm. Okay. So this is 3, 4. Then you have to construct the same grid now. Okay. So this, you taking this length. Okay. So go for taking this here to here, mark that point, then here to here, get one more line, then here to here, transfer that length, take this to here, transfer that length. So then one more. So then one more. That way you have to go for drawing all the lines. Okay. So one. So this is the one, then the second line and the third line in the center and the fourth line, and then it's going to have this fifth line. The same way here. So we're going to transfer from 4 to this, all these you can transfer here. So this 4 to that, okay, so 4 to the center line, bigger, then smaller, and 1. So all that lengths, okay, you have to redraw that. So let it be a grid, very thin line, because it should not be visible. In that we have to draw, because this is not important, only to get the point. So I'm doing that. From here, then take this length, transfer here, and from 1 to E, right? Okay, 1 to E. H, then G, then this point, right? Okay, this, I'm very close to this anyway. Okay, so if you complete this similar view, you can redraw, right? Bigger length here, and then very small length. Anyway, this is somewhat bigger than this one too, see? So then you can go for locating all the points. So this is A, B in the same way, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, see? Same way A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, F1, G1, H1, I1, I, J, K1, L1. So same thing you can redraw now. Same view which is available in the previous sketch. Only the outermost curve dark. So this will be a dotted line, right? The outermost curve, right? So axis. So redrawn. Next looks bigger. So redrawn in this position. Okay. Redraw. So then, if this is the case, so then this is A, B. Mark all the point E, F, G. Sorry, E, F. This is F. This is G, H, I, J, K, and this is L. The same we are going to have A1, B1, C1, E1, F1, G1, H1, I1, J1, K1, and this is L1. So many points to project now. Very difficult. Okay, when you go for drawing this. Go for F, see, and then G, see, many lines you have to project all the points. Okay, this is H, I, J, C, K. I don't know whether it will coincide. Same way you have to go for projecting all this again. A1, B1, many lines. Just it will be very confusing, I'll tell you. If you don't mark the points as soon as you locate them. Just I'll draw this. Now I want you to draw using a mini drafter. Check out whether you can go for drawing all these projected. This is K1 and this is J1, right? And this is I1. See, many lines to draw now again from this. So very, I'll tell you, this takes actually time. If you are interested, you can go for solving this problem. Much of the time, and if you have no other choice, you can attend. It will be given. Actually, all the problems in this will be very simple problems. Only for this I am drawing. I'm just trying to draw this. For others, just will explain only the procedure and what type of problems will be given in the exam. Because we cannot draw all this unless you have a mini drafter neatly drawn, redrawn parallelly. So I cannot using this. It's not possible to draw the views neatly here. Okay. See, so many points. Then we'll go for A and A. This is the topmost point. A and A, some area. B and B, some area. C and C, C, D and D. This is D. This is D, and this is E, and F and F. Okay, F, G, G and G, then H, I, J, okay, I is Samaria, right? J is Samaria, J and J, okay. J, this is K and this is A, Samaria something. This will get okay. Actually, we need to leave it draw. So this is A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash, F dash. So this is G dash, H dash, I dash, G H. This is I and this is J, right? J dash, K dash and L dash. In the same way, I'll go to get again A1, B1. So this is A1, B1, this is C1, D1, D1, F1. See, this is J1. Okay, anyway, we'll have to look at all the points. Okay, so D1, GH1, JK1, L1. This is G1. Okay. Then where is H1, I1, J1, K1, L1. So A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, F1, G1, H1, L1, I1, J1, K1 dash, L1 dash. So all dashes. Okay. So now when you look at from here, so the base is visible, go for, so that's why all these projectors and locusts should be very, very thin. Otherwise you will not get the view properly. You cannot make out the view which is in that. So go for drawing with a thick line, because this is the visible end face, because that is nearer to me, O1 compared to O. So this end is visible. Then go for the outermost point here. Go for drawing the outermost curve. Okay. So then G1 will be the outermost. So in that way we're going to get, so all other points which is inside will be now dotted. So axis anyway O1 and O. So when you say we're going to project this, projected. It's not projected anyway, this is O dash. So in that case it will be a dotted, see. So the outermost curve will be a thick continuous line. Then this is the outermost generator, let it be dark, and this is the visible end face. So there's the base is near to me, so visible and base. In this way you're going to get this view. In the same problem, if it is given, say the axis is inclined at 30 degrees to HP and appears to be 45 degrees, so then you need not go for taking beta. Directly you draw it inclined at 45 degrees, project this and get the view. The other problems that can be given in this will be, I will not draw the complete views. In this case, so only inclinations, there's no edge of the corner, there's no in that way, they're not going to give you that the edge resting on HP is inclined to VP, no problems like that, only the axis inclined to HP and VP. When they say and VP, they may be giving the 3 sentences. In that case, you need not take beta. If otherwise, if they say 30 degrees to HP and 45 degrees to VP, then you have to go for taking beta, because there is no 3 words given along with the VP inclination. Otherwise, you're going to have a problem where it says is resting on one of its longer edges on HP. So, one of its end generator on HP. In that case, similar to the longer edges resting on HP in case of prisms, you can go for directly drawing this in VP, drawing the circle in VP directly. So that one of the point case, if you take this, divide into, say, I'll just divide only 8 parts, but I want you to divide that into 12. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So this is say A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, F1, G1 and H1. So then so this is my top view. So the height of the axis similar to the prism. When it is resting on HP, I told you, when it's resting on one of its rectangular surface, you'll go for drawing edge on XY line, then you will draw this view directly in VP. And if it's resting on the longer edge, then you're going to have a corner to rest. In that way, you can directly draw in 2 steps. If otherwise you have to go for drawing this, then completely rest on one of its generator, then you're going to get in this way. First view, then redraw this, get one more. Then you have to go for 3 steps method. Otherwise, in similar to the prisms, you can draw directly in 3 steps. Okay, so this is O1O. So redraw that, because this will be now parallel to HP and it will be the true length. The axis will be given inclined to only VP. When they say in this particular type of problem, they'll say a cylinder is resting on one of its end generators on HP such that the axis is inclined at 30 degrees to VP. So only the axis inclination will be given similar to the prism. So then it will be resting on one of its generator. There's no edge, resting on one of its rectangular surface in case of prism, or longer edge. Only the generator, only that type of problem will be given, because there's no edge on the surface. So in that case, even if it is resting on the surface, it will rest on only a line, that is the generator. So they'll say it's resting on generator, then you have to redraw this in this position, giving the inclination what it will be given in the with respect to VP. Say this is given 30 degrees, so project all this. So if this is say O and this is O1, depending upon that, okay. So then you have to go for projecting that points. So this is O1 and all ABCD, mark everything, okay. So then in that case you're going to get your view. So all the points will be here, resting on this point, some area. So this C1 will be here and this will be the C and C1, right, okay. So if you mark, so because you're going to have here A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E, F, G and H. Same is going to have A1, B1, C1, D1 and E1, F1, G1, H1. So same thing here, we're going to have say A, B. So then these are the generators. Let it be very thin when you draw them. So this is the one generator. Anyway, this is the axis. Show the axis in this case, because again one more generator here, right? Come on, this and this. AB, this is C, D, E, F, G, H. No. A, B, C, D, E. Yes, this is F, G, and this is H. So anyway, I turn like this. So this will be the A1, B1, C1, D1. All these will be dashes, right? Because these are all front views.